Welcome, everyone. Hope you're having a good evening here in Zelda 1 Randomizer land. I am Town. I am in the booth tonight with Kennedy. How are you doing tonight?
Doing great, Cy. We got a great match on deck here. Really looking forward to it.
Yeah, and we are about to drop the gate and get these guys going. We'll start talking about them as we go along, actually. So it'll be fun. We tonight we've got really a power matchup. We've got CaptainGreen7. We have Ategenos. These two fellas are ridiculous, and it'll be a lot of fun watching them just dominate Hyrule. Captain Green, for my money, and I said this in our last tournament, and I'm going to keep uttering these words. He is the best Z1R runner that there is, in my opinion. He's had some bad luck when it comes to tournaments, but he is just phenomenal. And then tonight, his opponent, Ategenos, absolutely no slouch. Has been a runner-up in a tournament before. Just insanely good. And has had great runs in Swordless, so tonight should be pretty fun to watch these two fellas go at it. And yeah.
Yeah, both had great week one races as well. Captain Green, great race against Antlers, very quick. And HN had a great race with Malkier. So just both playing well right now.
Definitely. And in chat, we just got a little bit of help here. These two actually faced off in the All Boards No Swords tournament back in the day. Is that the one? Did Ategenos get the better of Captain Green in that one, CD? Just double checking with our chat here. I feel like I remember it. Let's talk a little bit about these flags. You start with 3 Triforces. It's almost like a reverse Pentaforce. And in it, you're starting with 3 Triforces. You get to take a peek if you want in those dungeons or not, but they're not going to be required unless they have a required item. We're going to see different runners doing different things and kind of choosing what they believe a priority is. I definitely have an opinion on these, and I will give it tonight, but it doesn't mean it's right. It's too many balls in the air when it comes to Swordless to really pretend like we know what we're talking about. Whether or not you want to do dungeon diving or not before you get red candle or the regular candle.
Or before you get bow. Captain Green
to the end.
The Armos.
So when you see that, couple things that are really important right off the bat. We have a red candle white sword item, which is repeatable without costing you any money. If you're starting off with a bow, you should, by golly, make sure you get the arrows to go with it. And with that, these are some wonky, they're decent any roads. But with that, you got to get the arrows right away. And once you have bow and arrows, you have a repeatable weapon, you can go into dungeons. I encourage not doing it until you get red candle in these flags, unless the red candle is actually blocked. But again, that's a little bit of just an opinion, not a confident thing. CG finding level 1 very quickly.
And we saw level 3 earlier, east of the Fairy Fountain. So 2 small dungeons located early.
And in these flag sets, considering that we do have the Triforce in 1 already, so CG already had this Triforce before he got it, he just is getting it because he has to walk through it. With these flags, you are wanting to find 1, even if you have the Triforce. It's 2 easier items to get in terms of size of dungeon, so it'll be interesting to see how these guys do it. Not going to be friendly. Going to have to get some items in order to do the thing here.
You see the arrows on HN side over on the Armos on the east side. They're 87 rupees, I saw.
Very expensive. Vanilla Game's 80 at the plus minus 20, so it could have been 60 to 100. Definitely on the high end.
We've seen a small secret of 6 so far. I don't know that we've seen the medium or the large yet.
No, I don't think we have.
HN earlier took a heart out of the Ategenos, so he's at 4 hearts. Could have a chance at that red candle if he finds it.
Yep, and then the randomizer, the white sword item can be 4, 5, or 6 heart required. You don't know which it'll be. The one thing that we do know is that the red candle is the white sword item in our Swiss flags. Once we move on to brackets, it will not be that way. Oh, Agent got sniped. That's a bad feeling right there. You think you're far enough over and it just gets you a little bit.
We see Darknet's on the overworld, which is probably nice. It's an enemy that you're not going to have to use your bombs on in the dungeons.
Yep. Not the greatest.
Taking a peek here. Yeah, I was just saying HN taking a peek in 3. No arrows yet, so neither really has any offense right now. Let me see if he'll pick up a bomb pack or a key or something here.
Agent could have actually got himself enough rupees there to buy the arrows. If you would have up 8 and went back to the start of the dungeon, but I don't really blame him for not. There was a few rooms in, so it would have been a lot of time.
Grabs the 4 heart.
Okay. So we've already found 1, 2, and 3, which is pretty.
That's what you want to find.
Heck yeah.
I always find it interesting in these flag sets where you start with 3 and you start with either something like a 6 or a 7. Is how long do they put that off? Do they do you take a peek in it, or do they just say, look, those dungeons are too big, I'm gonna gamble on 9?
Yeah, it's a tough call. I think it's a lot of times for me it's dependent on coordinates of it. If it's there we go. I didn't realize there was a candle in that arrow shop, so I would. Oh man, 8gen really should have went back and got more money and up 8 in that room with the rupees and made sure he could buy the candle then. Bombs it is. That's good. Just as good at this stage.
Are you a fan of buying the candle as early as you can, even if or do you see how much it is, what the prices are of the secrets?
One reason not to, in my opinion. If you got like one more cave next to you and you know it's there, don't do that.
Yeah.
Or if you're on Death Mountain and you know it's on Death Mountain somewhere. If you're like in the Grave area and you know it's either Grave or Death Mountain, I would say, yeah, that's cool. Don't waste your time there, and buy it when you can get it for free. But yeah, I am full blown out buying the candle every chance I get and starting my overworld exploration quickly.
And we did see the medium secret is max in this seed 40, so I don't think money will be a problem for these guys here.
No doubt.
These runners.
They're gonna make it look good either way. This is just a fantastic matchup. I'm having a hard time like knowing what to say because I'm more stoked about just watching them play.
I know exactly what you mean. These guys are these runners are just so good at this. It's fun to just watch them play.
Yeah. Hey, SpeedGaming7 folks, welcome aboard. You are about to watch 2 of the probably the top tier runners that we have here in Z1R facing off in week 2 of the Swiss. So we got lucky. We get two crazy good runners going to town on this seed.
CG picked up another take any, so he is now at 5 as well. Both runners 5 hearts, so pretty good chance at that red candle when we find it.
I wonder if Ategenos is set up. Okay, is he set up? Wasn't paying enough attention. Question in chat. Yes, this is a 1-0 matchup. Good job by Ategenos trying to set up a first global bomb drop. Didn't work out, but it was the right call.
Defensive key at 118.
Oh boy. Here we go. Are we already Nope.
Oh,
6 is never that friendly. It just won't be, ever.
Nope.
Man, CG is making screen scrolling look like it's pointless. Like, it's just too easy.
And there's the candle. I always think it's so fun watching, runners who are, pretty good vanilla runners as well, who are just make the screen scrolling look so effortless.
Yeah. CG is one of the best at it. Screen scrolling for him was just effortless. My guess right now will be Ategenos will be going through here and doing the thing with kind of retracing some of Captain Green's steps. Yeah, CG is he's got a sub 30 in vanilla under his belt. A really solid sub 30, I think, like a 29.18 or 20, something like that. Yeah, if I'm underestimating it, my apologies, Captain.
Alright, so large secret rolled down to 80, but still, with 40 as the medium secret, I don't think money should be an issue.
No, and on top of that, now he needs to just go buy the arrows, and I would consider dungeon diving starting now. No red candle, but you got repeatable offense. Go for it. And a money supply right near his start screen, so that's good.
There we go.
Yeah, now it's time to go to 1 after getting some more money. Oh, good save. Good save. So here's the other thing that I would do in their positions right now, at least Captain Green's max money almost. I'd be really flagrant with my arrows, probably dive 1, and not be afraid to kill everything in sight, and see what items I can get. If the items aren't good enough, then you can always restart. But he's going to 3 first, just the same as going to 1 in my opinion.
So got the Agria enemy set in 3, so great to have the arrows in something like this.
Yes. And if this ended up being like a blank room, I would have actually restarted and took that money back, but because he's getting the item, obviously you just take it. Oh, huge item. Okay, here we go. Ladder time.
I don't think we've made it to the coast yet, have we? Great Kananaki there by Captain Green. So chat is saying that both players did check the coast, and it's the wooden boomerang on the coast. Which honestly, in a swordless, really the boomerangs can be quite useful. Patras in 3, and Ategenos finally finding his candle. And shut it into the blue lawnmower room. CG, just not enough firepower to get out of that. If CG's heading back to 3, or if he's going to head to another dungeon. HM with another medium secret. CG is probably heading to the coast to grab that boomerang. Just continuing their overworld exploration at this point. HN with a large secret there. Let's see if he goes and gets his arrows. CG into 6 now. And Agent does go and get his arrow, so he now has repeatable offense. Do the same transport stair that we saw on HM's side. And good clock for CG here, although not going to use his bombs right now. See if he can reset that room, get some nicer enemies. Does replace one of those Wizros with Stelphos. And nice. Clears that room out.
Holy cow, I'm back.
We missed you.
My internet went out here at the house. I don't know what just happened.
It's okay. They had to listen to me try and give play-by-play.
A superior version, no doubt.
CG's making his way through level 6 and making some decent progress. HN does head into 1.
Okay.
He did get his he got his arrows, so he has his repeatable offense. We'll see what we can dig out of 1.
Now this was the Triforce room, so there's not going to be a lot of good value in clearing it.
That's something I even using my tracker, I forget sometimes if I have to come back into a dungeon, if there's a room that I've already taken a floor item off of and just cleared again.
I take it 8gen has not made it to 3 yet.
I don't believe we've been in 3 with 8gen yet.
Okay.
Although chat can correct me. 8gen does
He saw the room.
raft.
Yeah, he saw the room, the ladder room earlier. But he just might not remember it.
So we did have a raft in 1 as our floor item. Great force there. The Moldor might. That's a trick that I know that Homer J Smash loves to preach, is taking a bop from the Moldor, and then on your last little segment use your bomb, and that's your 10 count.
Definitely.
Oh, that's a big 6.
Yeah, they're always nasty. Oh, that's helpful. Okay. Yeah, if you're Captain Green in this situation, I think you're, and that is why you pick up the boomerang and swordless. And on top of that, gonna get the item? No.
So
I think I would just
each in
leave.
grabbing the recorder out of 1, so two items that will help him clear blocks. The only blocking item left would be the power bracelet.
Yep. Not a required block in this particular setting, but it's always nice to get them out of the way.
I feel like in a lot of seeds have been seeing recently, even though that flag is not on, we've seen some kind of overworld block.
Sure have.
That's fine. This is such a tough room for Wizrobes.
Agent just figuring out, might as well know where all the dungeons are at. Might actually get welcomed with an item here out of it.
Oh, another chance here.
CG is committing to trying to locate the item in this dungeon. Or maybe not now. We'll see.
Oh, there's our meat block in 4, not blocking anything.
Well, that's a nasty Triforce broom. That could be a nasty item run.
Oh man.
I'm intrigued. He's going for this one.
I like it. This is the kind of play where if you make this early and you pull out a really big item, this can set you ahead.
Yeah, these flags, and Swordless in general, they really nice job, CG. Really, really, really nice job. But it didn't pay off, but that was freaking sweet.
Oh, there's our wand.
Oh, hi. You're important. I think CG now has just decided I'm gonna get the item out of here. I know where the Triforce is at. I'm getting the item.
And at this point, he's seen a lot of this dungeon. He can't have a ton left.
Oh, this should be interesting. He is getting hosed. The frustration is real. And here he goes. I bet you this will be the item now.
Oh, HN coming off the raft check over by start takes a couple bops and
that is worth it. That was worth all the work. Captain Green now has all the maps in the game.
And this should make those smaller dungeons go that much quicker. He'll know where he can bomb, which ways he needs to go.
Yep. For sure.
So 8gen's now back into 3.
Agent is going to demolish this 3 now.
There's our Triforce.
He did see the blue Gorilla room the first time he was in here. I feel he didn't remember it. So now CG will end up getting Raft and Recorder, and maybe he'll end up getting a quick wand out of here too.
Oh yeah, that's just straight up and 1.
Yep. Linear as heck. Well, the one good thing about 8gen's path here, ending up with plenty of extra keys out of the deal.
Yeah, he bought a key just before he came in here to give him 3 keys. He's already up 2 more keys now, so looking okay on the key front. Oh boy.
So 8gen right there, I actually think did the exact right thing. The only way you're surviving that room is if you get lucky. And what he did was he just stayed stagnant, didn't move around. If you could get lucky and the land molas would actually stay the course and actually do what, stay where they were at, he would have ended up with possibly a room that he could have cleared just by sheer luck. Otherwise, you're dying either way. So, unfortunately, he does not remember that room right north of start here in 3. But he'll get there eventually. 3 can't be too big.
Yeah. Probably find a map here.
Yeah. CG is about to get the raft. Or recorder, I mean. Sorry. Yep. There he goes. Now he's going to look at that and go, oh, crud. Now I remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I've been in the room. Definitely a poopy feeling.
Well, with recorder now, the other thing I like about these flags is when you start with these Triforces, even if you haven't been to that dungeon before, you can whistle to the dungeon, and CG can now whistle over to 4, which is where we'll find his 1.
And 8gen now realizes, well, poop.
So, well, HN, obviously the wand is on that advantage. Quickly, pretty evenly made so far. It's progress by both runners. Late down by the coast.
Candle Road. And
HN's gonna take a look through the upper Western Death Mountain here. Still have yet to see the red candle, although not a priority for HN with the wand, but I'm sure Captain Green would not mind that right now before he gets his wand. Save some resources on those arrows. Captain Green back into 2. Boomerang definitely coming in handy with some of these enemies. Make easy work without wasting his arrows on them. HN. Tough death, but gonna whistle back. Apologies, I think SciTown having some internet issues, so you guys are stuck with me. But we'll do the best we can here. The early bow always makes it so much easier with these dungeons that have the bunnies, which just can be so annoying. Oh, and I think is that silver arrows? It's kind of hard to see on the background of the mummies there. It looked like we had our silver arrows there out of 2, so that's gonna speed things up a lot for Captain Green. HN in 5 now. Making his way through these Stalfos here. I don't think we've seen any bomb upgrades yet, but probably something the runners use some of their resources on. The blue candle at blue ring at 250, probably not something you're going to see these runners purchase, but with a large secret at 80, maybe if it had rolled a little higher, something to spend their money on. But I think, especially with silver arrows now, Captain Green's going to use his money on that. HN making pretty easy work at this 5 with that wand. We have a funky looking 5 here. Maybe an item here for HN. And blue boomerang. Well, that's knowledge, though. Alright, so just grab the Triforce here at 5. be on our way. Captain Green making the way back up to the grave. Do these checks. We came through the first time, didn't have bombs. Can't have too many rooms left in this 5. And CG finds the magical sword bomb upgrade. A lot of dig doggers here in this 5. And a lot of bunnies. But again, these arrows just make such quick work of those guys.
Alrighty, for those of us just joining, what did we miss so far?
Well, we have found our wand in 4, which in these swordless flags that's the big item you need to kill Ganon. We had our Armos item was the bow, another required item, and in 2 we have our silvers. We found, other than Power Bracelet, we found most of our blocking items. We have our raft out of 1 along with the recorder. We found our ladder. CaptainGreen7 found his book, so a lot of progress on both sides. I think at this point it's just finding those Triforces in the last dungeons.
And so what's holding up Captain Green from finding, I guess, either 4 or the wand itself in particular?
I don't know that Captain Green has been to 4. He does have the recorder, which will allow him to whistle 2-4. I'm sure he hasn't dove it yet. There's nothing stopping him from getting into it, so I expect we'll see him dive that fairly soon.
Yeah, so maybe just a situation where he has the Triforce in 4 and he's trying to find some other dungeons first and maybe hope for the items on the way.
And Captain Green does find our red candle, which was up on Death Mountain, where I seem to see it in a lot of seats these days. And there's 9. Just west of Vanilla 9. So, Captain Green now into 5. Oh, we'll see if he goes in. Yes.
Yeah, it makes sense. No Triforce here yet. If he's trying to bank on important items being in progression route, then this is a fairly small dungeon now, the ones left.
Yeah, and with silvers, I mean, you can make quick work of a lot of these enemy sets.
Yep, and also Red Candle if his money's a bit low or it's just an enemy he doesn't have to waste so much combat on. The Vires, obviously, silvers work the best on, so...
Good bomb dropping enemy.
Yeah, that's a nice little segment right off the start, too. I believe that's 3 rooms at the entry, 1 key blocked, and you can't bomb any further beyond that, so the fact that he ignored that key door and kept going probably saved him a little bit.
Yeah, we saw HN here in 5 earlier. He saw most of 5 by the time he found the item and the Triforce, so can be a little tricky. So HN now in 2, where I expect he will find his silvers, and at that point he'll be Triforce and go. Unless I think if we've seen every dungeon, we may still have an outstanding dungeon, so we may still have a potential power bracelet block. Though I don't. Have we seen 6? I know we've seen 8, 5, 3. Yeah, 8 was on the coast. We've seen 3, and obviously we're in 5. And 6 is and CD. Yeah, okay. So we have seen everything here. So HN, as he gets his silvers here, would be Triforce and go.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be just a situation where he has to manage resources, as doesn't look like we have found any improvements on defense. We haven't found any key to prevent that from becoming an issue, although HN's key count isn't particularly poor at the moment.
And I don't believe we've seen... I don't know if we've seen a bomb upgrade yet. And if we have, neither runner purchased it. So 40 minutes in, and HN is in go mode, assuming he can manage his resources down to 1 bomb, but gets a nice global bomb drop there.
Yeah, I think what inevitably will happen is Captain Green will wipe out the remainder of the smaller dungeons here, and then I think we'll be forced with that decision of, do I go to level 4, or do I continue going into the upper end of the numbers? It's unfortunate that he hit that key door. However, he was going to have to make probably a decision to go up or down, or right or down anyway, so not the biggest loss.
HN and 8 with a nice fairy explosion there.
Yeah, he wiped out all those pulls twice in the same count, pretty much, like right in a row. So got all of them.
And HN being in go mode here in 8, not going to have to dig either of the items out of here. I'm sure if he comes across one, he'll take a peek and, like I said, see if maybe it's a ring or an any key, but really just looking for the Triforce here.
No shortage of rooms in the 8. Kind of lends you to think that level 9 won't be too bad. I don't know if Captain Green's walked in with the book enough for us to actually see it. It might have been only for a short time.
It was very quick, and I didn't get a good look at it by the time he popped back out.
Yeah, my reference point as a runner is if I see 8 rows across in level 7 or level 8, it's probably likely that my level 9 will be smaller just because of the grid they share. You tend to have, from what I've seen, you tend to have level 9s with a reasonably large bottom row still to them, as the heart container is one of the items in 8, so no sense in going down the staircase even for that. It is interesting that Captain Green did not dig the item out of 5, at least I didn't see him hit that specific room and say no to the magic boomerang.
Cat says he did see it, but I missed that as well.
Yep, they're all there to keep us honest.
I certainly couldn't do it without a lot of extra eyes. And so, Captain Green, so if he's got two items that he doesn't know about in 8, he obviously has to get the Triforce out of 8, and then 6. He's got the item out of 3. He has the item out of 6. He has the item out of 3. So, got to expect probably thinking about level 4 after this for an item after if he gets the Triforces. I mean, if you were in this position, would you consider going to 9, leaving an item in 4?
No, but I might consider not digging level 4 until the very end, after after going through 6 and 8 first. So I'm theorizing that if Captain Green's going to go into this 8 and dig a Triforce, he might be also very likely to dig 6 before going back to, say, 3, and then going to 4 before 9. I think that would be the right spot for you to at least look at it.
And there's our Triforce in 8.
Yeah, it's interesting that it's in a right-hand staircase all the way up in that top room, so it's likely that Ategenos going to walk all the way up there, realize he can't bomb in, unless he takes this to kind of shortcut it if this happened to be it. I didn't see exactly where the transport staircase was. Alright, so we're fluting somewhere.
Well, we're back in 4, which Captain Green will, I think, be happy to see the item out of.
It's going to be hard for me to say because, again, you're 45 minutes in. This is a smaller dungeon, so you're kind of sad to see it in level 4 at this point. You would have much rather gone into level 8 and found it deep in level 8 right next to the right-hand staircase with the Triforce. Instead, all you get is a power bracelet and a heart container, as far as I saw, so not really the nicest of 8s to go digging, especially once Ategenos sees the bad news here.
Oh, and it is going to let him get all the way. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it has to let him up here. It just...
Yeah.
No, second quest is not in effect until E8, come on.
Gonna try and force it into existence.
Actually, I don't even think it's on for E8 anymore. I think it's just second quest enemies. It'd be nice if it was right then and there.
So at 46 minutes, Captain Green now go mode as well.
Yeah, this is going to be really interesting, I think. Ategenos got to know that his route to 8 is through the transport now, so if he saw that room, it's going to be easy enough to get there. Captain Green only has level 3 and 6, and this 3 is very, very tiny, so it's going to come down to level 6 and the knowledge they have, which last I saw in chat, at least one of them knows where the Triforce is in 6.
Yeah, so should be a good finish here, which I think we expected with these two runners. And then a nice timely compass for Captain Green. Oh. Wow, both runners now need 6.
Yeah, with these two, this is absolutely not surprising that we're basically gonna enter 6 at close to the same time, and then right after that, probably 9 not too far apart as well.
Yeah, this really might just come down to what route they take in 9.
Yeah, and that's where the book is actually going to really help, unless the map is literally free.
Oh, and Captain Green does have the compass here.
Yeah.
Chad had said he knew exactly where it was, but now we all know where it is.
So the question really becomes, what is the route to the compass in here? It looks like Ategenos is going to walk past the rows at which he can go right and kind of luck his way into finding the Triforce room. which is Wizrow block, so he probably wouldn't clear it either way. He'd probably want his compass first. So we'll definitely be Captain Green first into 9 with a bomb force to boot.
A great Bizro room there. He'll probably get into 9 around. Well, is there a level up?
He's whistling somewhere, so he's either going to whistle into an any road or there's going to be a dungeon close enough to 9.
Yeah. Probably get into 9 before the 50-minute mark.
I'm going to guess, since that wasn't open, that was a free 7 Triforce that he used to get to 9.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they started with 1, 4, and 7.
Yeah, so that's a nice little trick to have in your back pocket, knowing that with Flute you can use the dungeons you didn't clear yet to get around the overworld. 9, not super dinky, but did lose a row.
It is a Wizrobe set in 9.
So the big difference is, we have the roar already. I was going to say the big difference is key count versus time, but it looks like time, at least as far as Ganon goes, is going to be in the favor of CaptainGreen7. Yeah, double mote's not really the worst one to have to fight in, and if Zelda's free, then this will be really quick.
I think that was 5 rooms.
Oh, that's not free.
No. Depending on how trolly this 9 is. Oh! Oh no, is that... It doesn't open there, does it? No.
Nah.
Yeah, no, that I always get it always takes me when there's that quick shutter open. Even I don't realize there weren't any enemies in the dungeon room anyway, so
Yeah, it doesn't happen too often like that, so looks like Captain Green's gonna go ahead and chug his potion to try and keep himself upright without having to go back to start.
could, depending on how trolly some of this 9 is, could end up with an issue with bombs. Neither runner, I think, got an upgrade. We didn't see the White Sword upgrade.
Yeah, it could be a 9, which would be of some benefit. This is not a very beneficial staircase unless it's the only direct route to Zelda.
HN grabs the last piece of his Triforce. We'll be off to 9 as well.
Yep, so it's still not over. I think you probably take this bomb pack and have to bail towards start again. Although you gotta be careful, the Wizrobes are out. Man, he just barely made that. So I'll say this, 9's usually kinda sorta key starved. It's absolutely not in the seed so far.
So we've seen most of the left side here. Let's see if there's a way to get right.
Imagine it's just right here.
Yep.
Oh, the free map. So
Yeah.
HN's actually got a really good chance of knowing what the map of this 9 is like. I have to imagine he's going to go north first. Captain Green is not burning himself in frustration. He's resetting his count.
The HN is going north if he bombs north here. Nope. They killed. Oh, let's see. Looks like he's just resetting that room.
Oh, well, he took a bop here, but this is going to have Keese in the staircase, so he can easily get his count back to 8. Meanwhile, HN now... Oh, never mind. We're done.
Get your GGs in chat for CaptainGreen7, finishing with an official time of 53 minutes, 59 seconds.
So really, this is actually potentially not going to take long for HN either, because that staircase is kind of, sort of in the forced route that's going to put you eventually. And HN probably noticed that he has been beaten already, so he's firing off some arrows.
Well-run seed. Likely both runners going to finish under an hour.
Don't think we saw this one. Let's see if this gets you close enough. I'd give that a solid meh.
Alright. GG, Captain Green.
Thank you.
That was a great race.
Yeah, so I guess the first question that I would have is, with the wand being at 45 minutes on your side, were you at all concerned that you were potentially quite a bit behind, or was the fact that 4 was something that you had the Triforce out of that it made it not so bad?
I was less concerned about the wand and more concerned about level 5 being pretty close to start, because I did a whole lot of Death Mountain. The Death Mountain and level 6 were the biggest time sinks. Wand I didn't feel so bad about because bow and arrows got me through most everything just fine.
Yeah, what's interesting is, I'm not sure exactly how much at H you saw, but HN did the whole walking path up to that Triforce room, only to be disappointed, and then had to go back and take the staircase route. It seemed like overall your 8 was not nearly as long.
That definitely did it then, because my 8 was 11 rooms.
I think it had a heart, and it had a power bracelet, and neither of those were particularly useful.
Yeah, we had a sort of fun having both of you on the screen grabbing your Triforces, your 7th Triforce at the same time. You both walked into 6 at essentially the same time, but you had the compass you had previously dug it and knew exactly where the Triforce was, but very close race.
Yeah, that's really cool then. It's good when they're close like that. Yeah, I was at level 6 early. That made me feel the worst about things. Maybe Book helped me in 8. I don't know if that stair I found was behind the bomb wall or something. I don't track that carefully, but...
I want to say the map was reasonably early for HN and 8. It's just, you see that compass, because the compass is fairly free, and you're like, okay, I'll just try and walk up, and then the bomb walls just kept opening, and he just kept moving up and up and up, and just... Unfortunately, that was not the right route for him, and it led him to be a little bit behind 9. I would wager a guess that it was, in fact, the difference into the entry into level 9 on its own.
Yeah, I could see that, because that 8 was definitely huge. Stair skipped a big chunk of it.
But yeah, now moving up into the 2-0, you get to have even more fun. So you get a handful of us have already gotten in there. I'm sure it's not going to get any easier as people kind of finish and file into it.
Yeah, I mean, this whole field is so strong, but 2-0s for sure. It's going to be tough no matter who I draw for sure.
Yeah, I'm trying to sort out what rematch we can get you next. I'm kind of looking through the names now. I forget if it's this staircase or if it's the staircase, there's a room below it, but I think Agen's pretty close.
I'm just trying to remember which staircase it was.
Yeah, it's this one.
And you go up, and there's another one, which is not quite the right answer. And then logically, you want to try and get through the staircase. It would actually be better if he got bodied by the Wizrobe here, I think, for him. Try to figure out what questions Sidetown would ask, so I can ask them. With that, though, I think HN has had enough of this 9, which is fair. Not sure if he's going to jump in real quick or if he's going to call it a night, but with that, kind of wraps up this seed.
An entertaining day. Had a bunch of good seeds tonight. Finished off with a great race tonight.
Oh yeah, in the chat, that 5 was a troll. Digging the whole thing out just to compass point you back to the key door. You didn't want to risk the one room with the key door.
Which you also, I guess, was that the same one that you could bomb in from the other side too?
I made sure to try that before I kept digging, and it did not open.
Fun stuff. You know, I'm going to take a wild guess that Agent's going to go relax a little bit, which is fair. Commentary into racing. Although CG7 also had the restream of that prior race as well, so probably time for us all to kind of relax for the night. Final thoughts about the seed that we didn't cover?
I don't think so. That's pretty much just some of it. I'll just say thank you, Fury. And thank you, Kennedy, for hopping in, it looks like, for Sidetown, and Dark Balls for tracking. Appreciate everyone.
Other way around, I hopped in. Kennedy was solo for a bit while Sidetown was regretting internet choices.
And I do want to thank everybody for being patient with me flailing around by myself for a while. Very new at all of this anyway, so thank you for your understanding and being patient.
Awesome. Thank you for covering a solo for a bit. That's definitely a challenge. Appreciate it.
And Darkfall's in the background, pushing buttons and poking me, so got me and basically got my attention to get in here. And then from there, we're good.
Well, I appreciate it. It is always nice to have somebody else to comment these with, and somebody especially who knows a lot more about the randomizer and these races. certainly adds color to the commentary.
And if you want to see some more fun solo commentary, looks like 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. You're going to get J Smash on comms for Jam Evil versus Buzzosaurus. I think that'll be on SpeedGaming. Then you'll get me in the 10 o'clock hour if you so choose. You get 2 choices. Actually, you get 3 choices if you're willing to wait the half hour. I'll be running one over on our local channels since we're kind of short on room. We have SpeedGaming 6 with Malchior and Miss Malchior calling the Shaddy and Mr. Dunlow, and then 10:30 will be Truant versus Bogey, and to wrap it all up for the night will be the 11:40 match between Stan and Zarnax 42. So plenty of action tomorrow. Looks like we got most of them filled out with a decent enough staff to get us by. A lot of really good commentary, a lot of really good runners. Should be a lot of really good races.
Be a great day. Looking forward to it.
With that, I'm Scytown. He's Kennedy. We'll see you tomorrow.